Yeah, I get really disappointed coming to WITTA. This has been a disappointment because this place is physically so beautiful. It's such a beautiful drive to get here. It's beautiful when you get here. They got cows and camels and views that are just, I mean, there's a view right there. The views are just unbelievable and whatever. Now, all the produce and breads and cakes and everything, eggs, anything at that market was top shelf. It was top shelf. That is a brilliant market, and you couldn't go wrong going and buying anything there. Like, all the market stall holders had the most beautiful things. Even the people that had art stalls, their art stalls, there was a girl there that had paintings that she does that she'd even had printed onto t-shirts and whatever, and they were exquisite. Absolutely exquisite art. It was brilliant. But the people, other people shopping there, you can't, it happened at every stall. They just walked over, acted like you weren't in the middle of a transaction, like they were the only person there and they were the only person that mattered. And that was the attitude. So I'm not sure whether it'd be WITTA locals or people that have come from Mullaney to come to the market. I'm not really sure. But the dealing with the other people at the market was unbearable. But the market stall holders were all very, very friendly, very warm, very polite. You could be cynical and say, oh, well, because they're charging pretty big prices for everything up there. It's not cheap. You could say that they're trying to lull you into buying their expensive wares and whatever. But I don't know. I felt that I sensed some sincerity in it from the market stall holders. At least some percentage of sincerity when they were talking to you. They enjoyed talking to you. They looked you in the eyes. They smiled. They were warm. They were happy to tell you their whole story of how they grew things and whatever. Because some of them you could see they'd taken extraordinary effort to grow their, leafy greens or their. I'm trying to think what those little things are. Alfalfa, sprouts. There's one stall there that had like 10 different types of sprouts, and they were the greenest and healthiest ones I've ever seen, actually. And
20 different varieties of mushrooms.
It's just there was 20 different varieties of mushrooms at the mushroom stall. But what really stood out to me, despite the fact that you had this extremely strong wind, is every stall, the smell was so strong. You could really smell the leafy greens. You could really smell onions. You could really smell the pineapple that I bought. It was so strong. They were telling me, all of them, oh yeah, I just picked that yesterday. All that, so you're getting local produce, grown with care, picked yesterday by people who, like the lady who did the drink, she was explaining why she's one of the leading experts at making this drink, and the pineapple lady was explaining why she's one of the leading experts of growing pineapples. She doesn't pick them too early and all that, like they might do at a supermarket or whatever. That's the place you've got to avoid like the plague. The Indian guy that runs that is the most rude, abominable twit. So yeah, it really doesn't surprise me, because even going there, he's so rude, but it's all the other customers that come in as well. So look, I'm not real impressed with WITTA locals as a rule, and Mullaney locals. They're a rude, arrogant bunch that think that they're the only person that matters. They're very entitled and just super aggressive, and I don't need it. But would I go to the market again? Absolutely. The produce is too good. The market stall holders seem too honest and too fair. I mean, even though that, when I say they're charging a lot, but you can see they've put in the effort and whatever. So I think they're possibly overcharging. They're not fair in that regard. But I don't think I don't feel I heard too many lies today. I think they were telling me the truth about how they went about, baking their breads or whatever. I think we're hearing the truth from them. So from that regard, the market's pretty cool.